Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I wanted to talk about the fact that we're living in a time where major shifts are happening. You see it happening worldwide. Shifts in spirituality and religion, shifts in philosophy and education, and obviously, most obviously, environmental shifts. The things that are going on with the weather is just wild. And you have, of course, the media in the middle of everything to make everything look far more worse than what it is, to exaggerate things, and most importantly, to scare people. And I'm making this video to say that if you are awakened on any level, because there's levels to this, if you are awakened on any level, you know that there is nothing at all to fear. If you're not awakening, I'm telling you now, there's nothing to fear. What we are experiencing in real time is the crumbling of a civilization. Things are coming apart at the seams, the way that this matrix was designed. So we're experiencing a real-time shift in our reality, in our collective reality, because you've been taught that you have the ability to change things. But even that is like, it's kind of like the Russian doll concept, where you open the little wooden box doll and there's another one inside, another one inside, another one inside. It's like that. That's kind of how the world is that we live in. And what's happening is we're breaking out of one of those realities. We're breaking out of one of those little doll cases, and another layer is being revealed. And the reason I'm not afraid is because I know that I'm here to rebuild. And it's not necessarily rebuilding. I use the word rebuild because it seems like things are being torn down. But they aren't. Like, things are being, in my way that I see it, things are being removed. All of these different things that look like they're crumbling and all of that stuff, they're simply being removed. And the things that people like myself are building right now, these new programs for healing, programs for restoration, programs for restoration of community and of spirituality, and etc., etc. All of these things are going to be a new way, because the old paradigm doesn't fit in the next Russian doll world, if that makes sense. As we break through, we're actually going higher. We're actually ascending higher up into the fifth dimension, and all of these things just simply don't belong there. And this is why I said before, during COVID, like, we're never, or last year rather, that we're never going back. It's never going to be the same. We're never going back again. And I hope people can see that. But it's not, I'm saying don't be afraid in the middle of everything happening, because it's supposed to happen this way. And everybody that's waking up is supposed to wake up. And everybody who has been waking up for 20 and 30 and sometimes even 40 years longer than me. Sometimes we're all meant to set the stage. And it's weird. In my 20s, I couldn't see next week of my life, you know? It was just what it was for that week, for the most part. And it's like, as a 30-some-year-old now, it's like I can see that I'm putting down groundwork for my children, and they're not here yet. I'm putting down groundwork for my grandchildren and great-grandchildren to live in a different type of world. And in no way do I think that the world will ever be perfect or anything. It's just gonna be different. It's gonna be different, and but I think that the information that I think that people can't deal with. Good morning. The information I think people can't deal with is the fact that as we shift, our DNA must shift. It absolutely must shift in order to calibrate to higher dimensions. Our DNA must shift so that our thinking shifts, so that our behavior shifts, so that all the things that we've been taught thus far are shaken up. And we can begin to keep what we need and get rid of what we don't. There's just simply nothing to be afraid of. It's just weird. It's weird. It's almost like a dream. Like as if you're in one scene and the next second you're in another scene, or that scene crumbles away and you're in another scene. It's kind of like that, what we're experiencing right now. But it's like so clear to me that one day I won't be here. And it's so clear to me what I need to do before I go, if that makes sense. And not to sound all morbid, I feel 100% okay with it. It's almost like I can see that, okay, I'm going to be in my 70s or 80s, and I'll be able to look back and see all of this, and we'll be living differently. But I just want to say that because it's like a constant message that you have to remind yourself of, is that we're not just pawns on a chessboard. We're people, and we've been taught a certain way of life, and it's crumbling right in front of us. So it is a little bit scary, naturally, but this is the time to dig into your purpose. It's a time to get intentional, because as these vibrations rise, things are coming manifest no sooner than I freaking think them. And it's not just me. It's happening quickly. It's happening to those around me. It's happening to people that don't even believe in it. It's happening. Like, we're ascending. And there's nothing that can stop ascension. I just wanted to say that. I'm going to finish my walk. But don't be afraid. Dig into your purpose and get intentional about your life.